I told y'all fan at this time. May the peace of y'all come upon you and learn and obey him. How to do a very important video at this time. I'm about to get right into it. As much to cover, I got to go over several different maps. I hope I get to that point, brother and sister. Most likely it's going to be part 2. It's very important. In this video, I'm going to show you and prove to you 100% that the Europeans, what they call white men and women, is not Esau, Edom, at all. And you're going to see this, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, this is the European territory. I'm going to show you this quick in the map. All this is the European of Yafet seed territory, all throughout here, that region. Here, we're dealing with Shem and the Ham over there. Right here, this is the body right here. They call Israel today, which is going to be our Kodesh. So we got to see all of this. Over here is where we came from, Goshen, from out of Mizraim. They call Egypt, Kemet. Over here, we're going to get into all this territory. I'm going to give close-up shots as we get to that point, brothers and sisters. But I want to cover something so important, because to establish who is Esau, you must know who is Ishmael. They call Ishmael. I'm going to call Ishmael. So we got to establish this. So we're going to get into the scriptures real fast. And we're going to have to go to Genesis chapter 21, verse 7 to start off with this. So we got to get some briefing. We got to get some knowledge. Because it's very important. Because you're going to know in this video, we've been lied to so much by the teachers that came before us and been taught the lies. Our brothers and sisters. Because we got to know we've been given a flip-flop. So we're gonna put everything back in order. So we're gonna deal with Ishmael that came before the one they call Israel, Yashael Yah, and the one they call Esau, his twin brother. So before we get into the twin brothers, we must go back into the time when Ishmael was born, because it's very important the way he dwelled and where his seed dwelled at. Because we've been taught that the Arabs are Ishmael, but that's so further from the truth, and it ain't funny, brothers and sisters. I'm about to show you this. So let's get into it for the sake of time. It's right here. Let me get a little closer. Once I get focused in, we're gonna get into right here, chapter 27 and verse 7, brothers and sisters. We got to cover that is so important in Genesis. Excuse me, chapter 21. Verse 7. Chapter 21, excuse me, and verse 7, we're going to cover, and we're going to get into it right here. See right here, brothers and sisters, in verse 7 of 21 of Genesis, it said, and she said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast, see, a celebration on the day that Yishak, when they called Isaac, was weaned. See, he made a great feast. So I want to put this out to you. Right there, people say we don't celebrate birthdays and these things. But you can have a gathering, a feast. And we got to get back to our own culture. I did not condemn him for having a celebration, a feast for his son being weaned from off the breast. Yes, from nursing. So it's nothing to be wrong with a child be born. It's our creation. I'm not talking about do it in the way, like the way the world do it. Birthday cakes and all these type of things. But what's wrong with having a dinner? You can have cakes and whatever you want to have ice cream, you have ice cream. We're doing this, and that's how our community to come together in the love of Yah. I'm here to show you this, brothers and sisters. Once you understand the New Testament, it falls to get out of that garbage. He made this celebration because his son got weaned. And so we're going to get into the rest of the story. I don't want to cover that too long, but we need to start thinking wisely, brothers and sisters, according to the words of Yah. But not making it into an idolatry type of thing and leaving Abiyah out of it. See, it's he made a great feast on the day that Yishak was weaned. And Sarah saw his son Sarah saw the son of Hagar. See, Hagar is very important. Hagar, the Mizraim. So remember I showed the last video. Go back and view my last video when I was talking about Africa. The video I brought about talking about Africa and Egypt and how we're going to be united. Yes, the Mizraim, the Kemet Egyptians are part of our nation. But things are going to change and things are going to get better and we're going to be allies. You're going to see that. But now let's go back to at this time. Abraham had this wife where he had this concubine or wife that Sarah gave him, her slave. And they had a son. And when the son got weaned and they were celebrating, Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Mizraim, whom she had born to Abraham, mocking. See, he mocking, making fun of the situation. So keep that in mind. I just want to show you that point right there, brother and sister. I don't want to hop too long on that. So I'm going to read down to the 14th verse. So she said to Abraham, drive out this female servant and her son, for the son of this female servant shall not inherit my son. With my son, she shall not inherit with my son. With Yishak. And the matter was very evil in the eyes of Abraham because of his son. But Barah, the Creator, said to Abraham, let it not be evil in your eyes because of the boy and because of your female servant. Whatever servant has said to you, listen to her voice, for Yishak your seed is called. And of the son of the female servant I also will make a nation, because he is your seed. See, we're going to say distinguish the character between Ishmael and Esau. So you won't get the two confused and you will mistaken Esau for Ishmael. So we getting the character and the blessings. What y'all say gonna get? He said he gonna make them Esau right here. We talking about Ishmael, y'all, right here. He gonna make a nation. See, he gonna allow Hagar's son to be a nation, because he is also the seed of Abraham. And Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and a skin of water, which he had gave to Hagar, putting it in her shoulder, on her shoulder, also the boy, and sent her away. And she left and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. So we're going to look at the map, because Beersheba is right here. Beersheba is right there, right in almost like the heart, near the heart of what the land they called Canaan at that time. Not down here in Saudi Arabia, nowhere in that region, or Jordan, or they call Jordan. So it's right there near the heart, Beersheba wandered there. So keep that in mind. Here, see, also the word Hagar means wanderer. And she left and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. So keep that in mind. So she wandered with her son in the wilderness of Beersheba, as I'm going to go to the 18th verse. So you know the land of Beersheba. I'm going to show you more maps, but let me cover this real quick. Verse 18, it says, rise, lift up the boy and hold him with your hand, for I will make a great nation of him. See, there you go. He's going to make a great nation of him. Verse 21. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Mizraim. Keep in mind, he was part of Abraham, a Shemite seed, and part of a Hamite seed from his mother. Then he went and married a wife from Mizraim, what they call Canaan in Egypt. When they came and remember our ancestors, and when the 12 tribes went into that land all together, and it was dead, and Jacob died in that land. And they went and took him back into the land and to bury him. And the Canaanites thought they was all Mizraims. See? Because they all look alike. So, keep that in mind. Ishmael and Yashael, the modern term Israel, look alike. So keep that in mind. So we got that part. And from there, let's go to a very important part right here. Chronicles. Because we got to talk more and know the territories of Ishmael before we ever get into Edom, because we got to separate the two. So 1 Chronicles 5 and 10, because they're two different nations. And you're going to see the relationship between the two. Because Jacob and Esau is cousins to the children of Ishmael. And Ishmael is their uncle. So keep that in mind. Which make he our great uncle. So Ishmael is the uncle to Jacob and Esau, the one they call Edom. So keep that in mind. As I'm going to go 1 Chronicles chapter 5, verse 10. I'm going to show you something. Let's read it. Right here. Because remember, y'all said he going to make Hagar's son great. Let me get the thing focused in. It's taking my time away. So right here, this thing not even focused. It's supposed to be automatic focus, but it's going real slow on me to focus. There you go. It's in the days of Shaul, they fought against the Hagarites. See, this speed it up in time when they came back into the land. And now, our first king was Shaul, and they fought against the Hagarites. Because keep in mind, they fought against the Hagarites. And see, when we get into the point, I'm going to show you the location of the Hagarites in the land. Because remember, when they came back in the land, Abiyah sent them against 6 nations to get rid of. But Ishmael was dwelling among the Canaanites. Remember, Abraham was dwelling among the Canaanites. Before Jacob left out of the land, he was dwelling among the Canaanites in that territory. So keep that in mind. But Yishak and Ishmael was separated from Ishak, but they were still in the same body of land. So keep that in mind. And so in the days of Shaul, they fought against the Hagarites. See, the Hagarites, remember Hagar? The Hagarites is from a son, the nation of Ishmael. The Hagarites, see, the family name from the mother, who fell by their hand. And they dwelt in their tents over all the eastern part of Gilead. You see that? Gilead was in the land. So we're going to get into these things. I'm going to show you much as possible. I can show you in these maps. So keep that in mind. Let me go down to verse 19 and 20 in chapter 5. It reads, it says, and they fought against the Hagarites, and Yetzer, and Napshish, and Nadab, and they were helped against them. The Hagarites were given into their hands, and all who were with them. For they cried out to Barah, the Creator, in the battle, and he answered their prayers because they put their trust in him. So keep that in mind. Right there. So now I'm going to go to chapter 27 of Chronicles. Chapter 27 of Chronicles, right here. Because I got quite a few maps. I want to put some things out to you in the map as well. Because it's very important. 27 of 1 Chronicles in chapter 30 to 31 right here. It's a let me get there. It's a I can't see that word. I went to the focus to come in. It's a Obed, the Ishmaelite, was over the camels of Yadiyahu, and more. Let me go back over here. Let me see. Miran Nadanites was over the donkeys. Okay, and Yazi, the Hagarite. See, it said Obed, the Ishmaelite, was over the camels. Over Yadiyahu. Okay, and Yazi, the Hagarite. See, the Hagarite was over the flock. Of all these were heads over the property of of the sovereign of Dawid. See, during the time period of King Dawid. So these seeds of Ishmael was working for the sovereign King Dawid when he came into power. Sure, they were still dwelling among each other. See, still in that land, the Hagarites. So keep that in mind. I want to show you. Let me find a place right here to make sure. Okay, let me go back to 25. Genesis 25, I almost overlooked something. So that is very important that I must go to. Genesis chapter 25. Genesis chapter 25. Remember, let me get there. Chapter 25. Let me try to speed this up a little bit. 25 right here. Chapter 25, 16, 18. Let me find it real quick. 16, 18 is very important that I get to this. Right here. I almost blew past it. So right here we got 16 to 25. It said right here, these 12 sons of his became the founders of the 12 tribes that were bore their names. And see, Yasha is an Ishmael, but Ishmael Yah finally died at the age of 137 and joined his ancestors. These descendants of Ishmael Yah were scattered across the country of Havilah to Shur, which is a little way to the northeast of Egypt, the border of the direction of Assyria. And they were constantly at war with one another. See, so keep that in mind. You'll find more in Psalm 83 concerning Hagarites, how they was part of that plot against our nation as well. So right here, what they call Iraq, the modern term Iraq is Assyria. See right here? So right here, let's look at this map. So we have, let me go to here and show you right here. We talk about 25, they got right here. These descendants of Ishmael were scattered across the country from Havilah to Shur, which is a little way to the northeast of the Egyptian borders in the direction of Syria. So the northeast, from the northeast. And so let's go right here. So on this map, from a strong concordance right here we have. Let me get there real quick. Let me sit down real. Right here we got the land of Goshen. Right here. See right here on this map, modern map, Goshen right here. We have here, they give you a arrow. See, the arrow right here from Goshen over here, from the north side, from northeast of Mizraim, Egypt, the way to Shur right here. See how they got the arrow right here and it's going up there. So you're going up into the land there. See? Beersheba, remember they went into Beersheba. It's right here. Where they won in the territory of Beersheba, Hagar, and Ishmael. Here is right here is short. The way to short is going up here, and then here they got Edom way over here. And we're gonna check all of that out soon. So right here, let's go here. See, they got right here. You're coming from over here, and then you're making that hook up into here to go to Shore and Havilah. I couldn't find Havilah. I couldn't find a map for Havilah, but Shore, you're going up here, the northeast from Egypt. You're going up here where in the land what they call Canaan, where Ishmael dwelled and became a great nation. Where eventually, when they came back in the land from out of Goshen back into the land, and we're gonna get into cover that from the Sea of Reeds over here. Remember, Edom would not let them. Moab would not let them go in their territory. So we're gonna cover that. See right here, say right here on the map. This is Moab. That is Ammon. See how the name right there, Ammon. That the way they without the O, you see in the scripture O. That's Ammon. Moab, Beersheba, where Ishmael dwell. Right here, you got the coming. See, right here. Coming from out of Goshen, from out, you're going up this way to Shore, and you're making a hook up there to go to Shore up that way. In this territory right here, Beersheba there, where they was in the wilderness. And so, we're going to cover some more things, brothers and sisters, as I talk. So we seeing the place where, see right here, they got the map Beersheba. See right here, we got Beersheba in the land. They got it marked out. All of this is Israel. They call Israel, monetary Israel. We got Beersheba where she was sent away from Abraham and Sarah there and went there in Beersheba there. The land of Goshen is over here. They put it over here. So they travel through here to come down in here and go through the red, the Sea of Reeds here. And so, and we got up here, we got Moab, we got Ammon there. Not way over there somewhere in China like people want to put on the Ammonites, but over here. And Moab is there. And down here, we're going to get into that. We're going to cover that. So we're dealing with Ishmael, y'all, as I go to Genesis chapter 27 at this time. So give me a moment. Let me get to Genesis chapter 27. Because it's very important. This will probably be part 2, but we're dealing with Ishmael, y'all. And we're going to come right down. But the key factor is here. Here. See, these descendants of Ishmael were scattered across the country from Havilah to Shore, which is a little way to the northeast of Egyptian border, in the direction of Assyria. See, in the direction of Syria. So we look at this. Here, once again. We go here, we come from out of Egypt, from north to east of Egypt. And we go in here, you make the hook to go up to Shore. Hope I pronounce it right. Shore. Here, going up there in the direction. You're going up here. See right here? You can see better here. You're going up here. And see, when you go up here in the direction towards Assyria, which is known as going in that direction. See, northeast. Here, you go north, then you jump and go east here. So here, just like the Earl showing you, see, they went up here, then the Earl bent and go up there. See right there, the Earl it go across, then jump up. See, east, north, went up that way towards going to Iraq, not going down this way where you would get hooked down, you're going down into, you went down into Esau territory. So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So it's very important as I'm going to go to, let me try to speed this up. I'm going to go back to Genesis chapter 27. Genesis 27 at this time in verse 37 and 41. 27, chapter 27 of Genesis.